Beautiful day out here. Still a little cool. It's about 11:15. Shooting in 2.7K since all I could free up was a 64 gig card. It's the same setting I use for the really long trips. Hello. Thank you. It's so funny, I take a couple days off. I got home Saturday from my last trip, and today's Thursday. I had to take a long break though. My hands were giving me hell. After riding from Ellensburg to Greenwater in 2 days. There's literally been times when I go to open a package or something and my whole forearm starts to go numb. So I took it easy. Didn't stretch enough either. Never do. Got some phlegm today, I don't know why. Ah. Whew. There's a thing in broadcasting called a cough button. Like you have a button here, you push, it kills the audio for a second. I do think us YouTubers could really benefit from that. I used to have big problems with phlegm like this on rides, but I haven't had it in a long time. Thank you. I do notice the new Noon fucks up, makes my phlegm a little bit sometimes just after every sip. I don't know, I really don't like that they changed it that drastically. I was using the old Noon on my trip, and it's just perfect, you know? So I don't know, I don't really want to try a bunch of other brands, but I'm disappointed nonetheless. It does seem like they went a little saltier, which is probably a good thing, but that could be what's causing the issues too. Yeah, I gotta stay over here. Disappears in a hurry on the right. Puts you in the storm drain, I think. Yeah. I think I had a bad habit of leaving my helmet straps looser than they should be for a few years. I noticed on my trip, I was trying to keep my glasses on my face. It was so goddamn windy, I tightened the helmet up and I realized how loose they'd been. You go wait one more cycle to get over here. Oh, sure is nice and quiet. All these cars fuck off. A car on the shoulder over there. It's kind of sketchy. Still think it's better to be over here. Watch out for this guy in case he's only watching his mirror. I'll take a drink. Hopefully the phlegm doesn't get bad again. That's alright, I guess. It does have an effect though, how salty it is now. I only put two of those things in my 100-ounce bag. I can't imagine drinking it as directed. It'd be like seawater. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know, man. Maybe I should do some Googling. Find a different brand. It's like new Coke, man. They just ain't hitting it. Whew. Still a stupid steel plate. Is it? Huh. Yeah, I guess. Looks smaller than I remember. Howdy. But that car goes first. I don't see a lot of e-bikes, so I'm pretty sure that's an e-bike. That or I'm a fat fucking bitch, I don't know which. I swear he came up on my left. I heard him in my left ear and he stood on your right. And like I was pretty far to the right, so even with the misleading call out, I kind of got right. Why don't people just do a ding ding? That's what I normally do. I just say ding ding. Still scares the hell out of people, which I hate doing, but on the Christmas field, you've seen me just get way over and take it easy for a second, you know. I think that scares people less. Yeah, I don't know why I got this lane. Any minute late. You gotta go, car. Yeah, normally I go down the Pioneer and take that left. I like that better. But for some reason I was thinking I go left on Stinson, so here we are. And it puts you in a favorable spot for the stop sign. A little bit of knee pain starting out there. Sitting there and find out. Yeah, that Rosedale roundabout, some truck, I didn't signal. Since I have my right hand on the brake, I was trying to smash out of that car's way. And some truck just started going. Like they assumed I was turning. I don't know if they could read my body language, but no, I don't know. I have to watch the video. Maybe they were just throttling up to keep the truck there until I could see what I did. I definitely shouldn't have waited for that silver car though up there, but he wasn't in the circle. For some reason, I feel like he was going straight too, so should have just been more commanding in the first place, and it would have made things a little simpler. I do think it's best to be aggressive in those roundabouts, especially on a bike. It makes people really notice you. Isn't there some other hole over here? No. Howdy. Okay, I don't know what the fuck this car is doing. Clear the downtown mess. downshifted for this hill in front of me. I remember regretting that. The city park's gonna suck no matter what, but I don't know why. Seems alright in this gear. It's a little bit here. Okay, now just start to run out momentum. Yeah, right about that mailbox. Oh, I smell the tag row. The city of Tacoma gives away this fertilizer called Tagro for Tacoma Grow. That's 1/3 human biosolids. One third sand and 1/3 sawdust. You can go shovel into your truck for free all day. But the best deal is they'll deliver it like for 20 or 30 bucks. Dump truck load. We had a couple years ago. Trying to build up the lawn in some places. That's Class A Tagro you get for your house. They have a Class B commercial product, which is cooked to a higher degree of safety. You know, they bake the biosolids. The Class B is less critically prepared, I guess. And they have a Class C that they go out and dump by Mount St. Helens. Those not familiar, we had a mountain blow up south of Mount Rainier, May 18th, 1980, and it leveled the forest for like 100 miles, 60, 80 miles in every direction. And so there's some places that just don't even have wildflowers coming back yet. You know, and it's been 42 years or whatever, is that right? Yeah. So they go and they dump this shit there by the truckload. I got a car right on my 6, I'm not gonna lie. I hate it because it just kind of makes me lock up a little bit. Wish I knew what the fuck they were doing. imagine other parts of the country are making their similar fertilizers now, but Tacoma is pretty unique because we've got just down by the tide flats there, they've probably got all the stuff they need. They've got the sand, the sawdust, and the shit. Got old sawmills down there, you know. And the county or city probably gives them a tax break to give them sawdust or something. Oh, Jesus. Thank you. Curious to see how Crescent Valley goes on, you know, the other end of it here on this bike. I think it'll be fine until that climb before 160th or whatever. I have no idea how it's going to be coming back home. I do want to come this way on the way home. I think I'd like to hook north on, I don't know what the fuck. No, I want to go up Stinson and go to Rosedale, I think. Whatever I do, it doesn't matter. If I want to go to the roundabout, across the freeway there, it's fine, but I think I'd rather walk up part of Stinson, turn right on Rosedale there, and all the hell in Rosedale. Howdy. This is my little trip to Banner Forest I was talking about. Just cruise through the service road, hopefully, and come back home. Maybe we'll stick to the same brake schedule. I'll have a clef bar down at Al's. It seemed to work last time. Another clef bar at the Banner Forest, and I have one at Semmel Park on the way home. That'll leave me 2 extras, just in case. Hello. I got all my lights off. Well, I mean, I only have the rear light. It's off. Yeah, I spent a lot of time in this top position. I don't know. Oh, I'm tired today or something. Yeah, so my trip over the mountains and back was quite a thing. I had to retool the route quite a bit. I wanted to build kind of a bikepacking adventure route, and it was too brutal for that. Like the first day from Greenwater to the top of Natchez Pass, I maybe rode the bike for 15 minutes. It was just like 8 hours of dragging it up the steepest fucking ditches you ever seen. So that was a little bit of a miscalculation, but I'm glad I did it. You know, give me the perspective I need to. I should be able to go all the way to the lake without getting off this thing. This hill here looks a pain in the ass though. Yeah, a little bit of knee pain. Doesn't make much sense. So I went back and did as I looked at the fire roads that the snowmobilers take in their trucks to get up to that area, and you're only on the pass for 2 to 4 miles depending on you. I'll offer an early eject from the pass as part of the route, but there's no warranty. I'm not going to scope it. And it is a 4-wheel drive road. But I think it might be more of a snowmobile path. It may not be as... The 4-wheel drive roads really suck when they're well used. You have huge rocks everywhere and deep ruts. This one doesn't look like it's very well used, so hopefully it's more like double track. But anyway, that's an option. I think the 4-mile stretch of pass is very reasonable. At the end, there are some ups and downs with just rocks everywhere. I would walk probably almost the whole 4 miles, but it's basically rolling hills. It's not like the shit I did to get to the top. And then it dumps you out a 1/4 mile from pavement, and you have a 16-mile stretch down the Highway 410 in Eastern Washington at Cliffdale. So that was easy, you know, to figure that out. Gives people a lot of the feel for the pass, the scenery, all the scenery. You can have your wife drop you off right near the top if you wanted to do shorter mileage. And you know, there's going to be some parts of the road that aren't rideable. I think it's worth it. I could probably provide video of the whole thing, of that section. And then the other problem is, this is a much bigger problem, getting over the Manistash Ridge into Ellensburg. That whole section I picked is not workable because there's this one crazy hill climb that you have to do no matter what way you take. In the area I went, I did the hill climb, but it was probably dumb. I could have died. And you're just out in the sun for inching up this hill, using your brakes to pull you up the hill as you're on foot, you know. Luckily there are no trucks around, but so I got another way to do that. It's mostly fire road, and it uses a trail, a motorcycle trail that has way less elevation gain. It's much more flat and slightly uphill, and so it doesn't have, it's not as chewed up, so that's good. That'll need to be tested though, is the problem. But I mean, you can drive all the way up to that trailhead, and there's a video on YouTube, a motorcycle guy on it, and it should avoid that big hill climb because it puts you out up on the ridge already. Basically, you gain all the elevation elsewhere and just kind of end up at the ridge. So that's good, but I won't be able to test it all this year, and that's really unfortunate. I'm not sure, a bikepacking site wants you to test everything, I think, but I don't know if they have a label for work in progress or not. I do plan to go back to the Olympics one more time and try my route again, since it was closed last time and I blew a tire. Actually blew the whole tire. It's pretty annoying. But then we found out half an hour later the fucking trail system was closed anyway, so even if I would have gotten there, I guess I would have just taken the fire road around it. Would have been a bummer though. So this is where I have to walk. There's no question about it. Yeah, it gets right into it. I don't really see a reason to kill myself on this. Oh, this bike is so light. I used to push that Specialized up a hill. Hell, do this all day. So I got the new GPX all figured out. I need to update my, for all my stuff I build a map package in Word where I go take screenshots of the quad maps from USGS and paste them all, you know, kind of say go here to here and then here to here, and I show a little bit of context. And then the idea there is to print that out, and I keep it in my stem bag with a little Amazon compass, and then I keep it on the phones. I have 2 phones with me, so I can open that up and look. Like, let's say the road's washed out and no one told you, and you're in the woods trying to get around it. You can look at that and know exactly where you were supposed to be and what quad you were on. You can even screenshot that page or whatever, and then go open up the actual PDF and zoom in. Keep all the PDFs on the phones too. I don't print those though, because you can't, you know, print them where they're usable. It'll be rolls and rolls and rolls of stuff. It's pretty compromised, I think. Probably ride again. I assure you that was louder for me than it was for you. Come on, bike. Oh, click in. Easy to click in. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this hill. I think it gets really steep at the end. Roll if I can here. Oh yeah. Shit. I'm not trying to kill myself here, you know. Got a lot of miles to do today. Yeah, but if school didn't start so damn soon, I'd love to go out there again. Wife's gonna be on a trip this weekend, and we got a trip together to do. I got 2 cars to fix and sell. You know, I got really bad habits with starting my right foot down. I don't know how to fix it. I'm all fucked up. On this bike, it just fucks you when you go to start on a hill. Anyway, I got the camping trailer out, put it back together. We had used it as a utility trailer to get a chicken coop. I still got ordered some new bolts, waiting for those before I fasten it down. So it's unlikely I'll be able to do 2 more solo trips this year. Probably just the one. I think I'd rather do the Olympics. Since that trip got cut short, you know. Yeah, Port Orchard has these monster hills. I feel like this is still a Gig Harbor sized hill, only 300 feet. The next one's 400. It was crazy. Being up in the mountains and just crossing 200-foot line after 200-foot line on the map. Never ending. Truck, I hope you see me. I knew he wasn't going to want to stop, so there's one hell of a hill coming up to this road. It's very steep, last 100 feet or so. You can ride up it if you have gears, but it's just gnarly. He's going for it. Watch out. Little tiny car. Guy couldn't even get around me without waiting that long. Those must be the people that hate cyclists. It's the ones that are too retarded to go around cyclists. And so instead of blaming themselves, they blame cyclists. I don't know. At the Olympics, I was thinking of having her drop me off Camp Govey. It took me basically a whole day just to get there from my parents' house. And she would pick me up 4 days later somewhere, like Matlock store or something. Hopefully I could avoid weekend stuff altogether. Coming to Greenwater on Saturday sucked. It's absolutely terrible. So many people. Yeah, going over the, let me think, what would it be? 1737 pass. From Easton to Greenwater. I knew I wanted to camp below 4,000 feet because it was going to be fucking cold up there. And I was in too much of a hurry that day to do it on the eastern side. Issues with the road, you really gotta be careful to look out. I'm just gonna stop at this tree like I did last time. Take the right foot out, maybe. So I lost my polarizer in the woods, so we don't have a CPL on here, but still a little bit of scenery today, I don't know. Polarizer just makes it 100 times better. So anyway, that pass is at, I don't know, 5,300 feet, and then you ascend afterwards to 5,500. And that was all in the weather. You were in the clouds. Foggy mist billowing over you and everything getting soaked. So my main focus became descending to 4,000 feet or so and finding a campsite. I made it down in short order. The problem was about 3,800 feet I stopped and checked the map and I saw a campsite, but I thought it was too big for me. That was the last campsite I saw. When I went down, every nook and cranny had Jeeps and shit in it. And I went down a couple of roads and they had people on them too, and I probably should have just stealth camped before I descended more, but I kept descending like an idiot and it just got busier and busier. And eventually I was on a paved road, still probably 8 miles or I don't know, 5 miles from the highway, but I ended up just stopping right in the ditch to have dinner. I just was so hungry. It was 8:30 at night, and called my wife to come get me. We had plans for me to go across the freeway and stay at this campground that I liked, but after dinner I kind of realized the campground's probably packed. It's probably party central too, you know. It's like summer in Greenwater. It's the only thing that ever happens around there, so they just go crazy. I don't know. So instead of trying to kill myself to get this campground in the dark on the side of the highway, since I made it all the way anyways, you know, I was thinking I would have to go there the next day and have her pick me up. Like I have to ride for 3 or 4 hours in the morning, but I already made it. The highway, so she came and got me. Very well done on the U-turn by the Mini Cooper. Let's see. We used to love doing that trick with the cops. All my cars could do a U-turn on the pretty spit, and the cops they couldn't do it. They couldn't even do a 3-point turn. They basically would go and turn around at the other end of the spit and come back, and it was so goddamn funny. Like made your night when a cop tried to pull you over on the spit. Just do a U-turn. Called Lullaby Market now, and it looks like the same owners have a sort of a pub there. So one thing I like about our little yuppie trend around here is you get these little wine, craft beer, and cheese pubs. And I don't think they'll be around in 20 years, but I'd love to go with the wife to some of those when the COVID numbers die down. I've been watching the COVID numbers, man. It's been sketch all year. 1 million people a week. And you know, I don't fucking want long-term brain and lung damage. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to get it. So I'm trying to be careful still. And I'd love to go to one of those pubs though, you know. I got sick in Ellensburg just from being around a bunch of people. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was even a human, what do you call it? some sort of human transmitted illness, or if it was heat stroke or what, but I had a massive chills the last night I was there. I had the heater cranked all the way up, freezing my ass off, and I woke up in the middle of the night and the bed just soaked, you know. That was the worst of it, but I've had sweats at night ever since. It's been a week. Let's see, has it been a week? Yeah, no, yeah, about a week. And then the wife got what I had. I don't fuck around with the COVID test, but she does. She'll have to work and took a couple COVID tests and it was negative, so. Tough to tell. I'm getting that pinching thing in my damn shorts again. I fucking hate that. Wish I knew what the fuck that was all about. I thought that was just the red bike and I figured it out. It was the seat height. I think I'm gonna walk up this too. There's one more climb on this road before the forest, but and we'll deal with that when we get to it. Do this one and I should be good to go until I get over there, the other end of the road. Trying to do some with the shorts, I don't know, man. I just can't wait to spend money on gear again. It'd be so nice next year to be able to do that. Either I'll be funded by NASA or I'll be slumming for another job. That reminds me, I gotta follow up with a guy. I wanted to team up on some space technology shit. And he's a great manager, leader. I can just tell he's just, and so I don't want to do any of that. And so if there's some way I can help him get some funding, work on some stuff, and then yeah, I should follow up with that guy. I think we're gonna stand here in the shade for a minute. That's an old trick I learned in Echo Valley doing mountain bike races. And I did it a lot of my trip. You're never too busy to stand in the shade for a second. Road, huh? I thought I went all the way down to that gas station place. That probably becomes like, I don't know, probably zone name. Oh yeah, Orchard. Yes, they want you to go up here to get the banner instead of going up by the store. Orchard has some bitch hills too. This road's the only way to get through here without massive elevation. Yeah, so Greenwater on a Saturday night, man. If you want to know where the redneck parties are at, fuck. Head out 70 road. It wasn't too bad waiting at the end of the road for an hour either. It was quite a show. All the cars getting past in that passing zone, and people turning into 70 road at 50 miles an hour in their truck. Holy shit. I feel like a rally spectator. I wish there was shade right here where I get back on the bike. Okay, that's up. Let's go a little farther forward. I'm gonna do it. Ah, come on. The way back, the route's dialed in. I mean, there's a hell of a climb up to a 73.7 pass. 1737, so I don't know, whatever it is. Yeah, I can't remember if it's 70 road or 17 road now. I think it's 17. I can't remember though. I can see both in my head, so I don't know which is right. Used to these parties out here where they pull down an old barn. And I was always jealous that I didn't get to go to one. Nowadays the wood in an old barn is worth so much. I'd probably hire a whole crew to dismantle it without breaking stuff. I got some of that dog spray, the Halt stuff. I threw it in this backpack in the cup holder on my right side, but I didn't really buy it for the road bike. It just made sense to keep it here when I'm not using it, but I bought it for going out in the woods because I kept, I have the main bear spray right here on my frame. Velcroed down, and then when I go to get water and stuff, I'd be so far from the bike I've forgotten it a couple times. It's usually pretty good, but I was thinking it'd be nice to leave it on there all the time and have that Halt stuff in your pocket all the time. Now, apparently when they were originally testing bear spray, they tested it using that Halt stuff. They had large quantities, they put it in a big sprayer and it worked. So it's like 0.35% capsaicin or something compared to 2%. But bears have such a sensitive nose that it would totally work, you know, if you were getting water and a bear all of a sudden was right there. And if it was the bear is far away, you go back to the bike, you know, because then you've got a bike to hide behind and everything too. But if it like came up 10 feet behind you all of a sudden out of the bushes, like some sort of Jurassic Park shit or something, this dog spray would totally work. And it's small enough that you can keep it on you like much more frequently. Even though I kept that bear spray on me goddamn almost all the time, I still think I put the bear spray in the tent at night. And it also gives you a second thing, you know. That's, I had the pepper gun on the bike as a secondary deterrent, maybe for goats, or if you ran out of bear spray and you had a bear that was pissed about it or something. And so I can get rid of the pepper gun. I have this little spray that's sort of like a secondary deal. And so it's nice you have a backup, and also the smaller layer thing on your person so you don't forget the bear spray. And so I'm not using it for that, I'll just throw it in this backpack. I'm so tall up on the bike and everything, it's really tough to dogs. I don't use water bottles, so I don't have that going for me. I think the best thing for me to do is stop and get on the other side of the bike and yell at the dog, you know, before he gets to me. But if you can't outrun it, you know right away if you can outrun it or not, you know. If you're going up a hill, you're just fucked. Oh, fuck. If we could find something for bees randomly hitting me in the head, I'd love that. Jesus Christ. That gets your heart going, man. That's the best thing about riding in the off season, is you don't have to worry about bees in your hair. Old pole barn. I do mean little too. Smaller than their house. I don't want to keep looking at pole barns, but I think I want to go even cheaper. A pole barn's like a half measure, you know. By the time you insulate it and everything, with steel siding on it, you could have bought a real shop. So I was thinking of just going even cheaper and doing those agriculture shelters, like 35 by 40 or something. If we end up building the boat at the house, it would have to be extended to 60. But yeah. $48 maybe if we're not doing the boat. I'd like to be able to put two 20-foot containers nose to tail and have room to open them. And then have two of those on one side, and the other side have a, I don't know, patio furniture or something, and then a motorhome to live in. And we could rent it in our house. This would be like when we're traveling on the boat. We still have this motorhome to come back to. If the boat's in dry dock or whatever. Or if we fly back. Yeah, one of the containers could be sort of my junk. Yeah, like the junk from the house. I'd be able to park the truck and the camping trailer in there too, you know. Maybe a car. I got a car that has a leaky sunroof. Let's do it with a pole barn. I don't know. Probably cost $20,000 more, you know. You could even later, you could tear down the front of that thing and build a garage. Just a normal, I don't know, like a 30 by 20 garage. In the front, and then have sort of this covered area behind it for the containers and truck and stuff. You could, the garage could have like a fire department door where it's got a door on the front and the back of one of the bays, so you could drive through it. So the smaller shit you could just probably get right to that that agriculture shelter with a hand truck or whatever, but to get like the truck out, you drive through the shop. Or take the back wall off and drive down the hill, depending on the situation, I guess. I like the idea of having that flexibility, so I wanted to do a large preparation for a slab on grade. Like retaining wall to square off one side and fill the whole thing in and have the slope, but then not do it, you know, and then elect later to put a smaller shop, bigger shop. In the meantime, just put this giant agricultural shelter there for like 15 grand, you know, hella cheap. Is that Buick Turbo Regal? Wow, Jesus. It's one of the few American cars I'll notice, man. It's these little blips in American history where they thought about how to make a real car for a second. And that was one of them. What was that crazy ass GMC thing? Typhoon or something? I'd be scared to death in a Turbo Regal though. Imagine coming into a corner on the brakes, one of those things. Fucking scary as all hell. It'd be nice if we could ride all the way to the stop sign here. All in all, this road isn't bad. I'll be all downhill on the way back to Al's. I just worry about Crescent Valley on the way up from the water. It's gonna be a fucking nightmare. Especially I'll turn the light on for that. Bad sight distance for cars flying up that hill. This is a climb. Hell. This isn't even the real climb yet. Oh, there's a good shade. I think around the corner we go downhill again for a minute. I always thought this Everett Road would be a good one to live up right behind the forest. I had some friends that lived up some road off. Well, maybe you could get there through that road. Some road off of the Long Lake. Steep fucking road up from the lake. I never had problems with the brakes once on that mountain bike. I didn't really have any problems with the brakes on the trip. I was very careful with those brakes. I adjusted them frequently, changed the pads once. The descent went really well, I thought, with the brakes. Oh, I guess I just had a really good instinct for them. I stopped once in a while to let them cool down, and my hands relax. So this is quite a gear. I was planning to stop here. That's a good time to push. Almost my next break. Getting an extra 100 feet in right now. Howdy. That gear looks even better. He's going a pretty good clip. I don't know what to do with this next hill. It's kind of brief. That makes sense to stand up for it. I really don't know. Might be healthy just to stand up for the hell of it. All right, we made it. There's people parked all weird up here. Well, it would be a lot to ride the mountain bike here and do some shit and then go back. Feels like a lot on this thing. take a break. Whew. Will you just be happy there, bike? Please? I should do a bike check before I put the helmet on. I actually went ahead and wrote the weight on the damn thing. It's 11.5 kilograms, 25 pounds. I wrote it up here. I keep forgetting. I put it on the red bike too. There's people out there again. They're leaving. There's something parking. I don't know. I'm not going to do this trail. We'll go back on the service road. I just wanted to duck back here. So the front brake is a Crane Creek cross stop. The lever. The actual brake stuff here is just the stock Schwinn garbage. Well, you see that Shimano Biopace chainring. 44 in the front, 20 in the back. That was on it when I got it. I put the 20 tooth on. I had an 18. It was just too much for me. See my reaction arm for the coaster brake. Pain in the ass to do a flat tire. Gotta have a Phillips head screwdriver and a crescent wrench with you. I think I used some kind of fixie tool for the nut, but then this you need a little crescent wrench. I keep a little crescent wrench anyway for these because of the brake cables and stuff, you know. But it's not fun when you're trying to do a flat or something. What was I doing recently? I had the back wheel off or something. I was probably putting a new chain on or something. Oh yeah, I want to do that sprocket. Change to the 20 tooth. Let's see, I'll put this over here. I want the quick releases in the front. I don't leave the bike anywhere. Anyway. But I have to use solid axles. On all my vintage bikes, I break the quick releases and axles and shit, otherwise it's too heavy. I am eager to try a modern bike with a through axle, and I think that it would be easier to do a field repair on a spoke with the modern cassette free hub and use that what's the remover called? Stein micro cassette remover or something. You can't well, this one obviously wouldn't have a problem doing a spoke. That's a good advantage to a single speed, I guess. But on the other ones that have freewheels, I tried with last time I took one off, I tried to get it off with the tool and two 12-inch wrenches. Couldn't do it. 1 o'clock. So I won't be home till 4 probably then. Jesus. We gotta think about using that coaster brake on this kind of stuff. Ding ding. Hello. My mountain bikes actually have a bell. I don't do that. Hello. Gotta be mindful of this front wheel. Feels like it's overinflated for this too. Ah, that rattles the coaster after you let go. Let's get away after a while and I don't use it. I just used it on a hill and now it's all rattling. Hello. Hi, puppy.
You think they'd be done after 5 miles?
Wheel really needs the pressure reduced so my hands don't get bumped as much. Whose idea was this? Hello. How's it going? That's right. Street bike in the woods. It's all about the rear tires, son. Unless you want your hands to be comfortable, then it's about both tires. Mild steel fork should be doing me some favors, though. All I notice is the discomfort. You want me to go by? Okay. Just wanted to check in. Thank you. I need to make a move here before roller coaster. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm ready to eat people's dust, but more e-bikes. Fuck. Oh, I couldn't take her there. Not much hope. Not doing all that top speed thing. How to keep the e-bikes off the trails out here, man. We used to have problems with motorcycles out here. We don't need e-bikes coming in and chewing shit up. Chasing strangers, I guess, huh? Ooh, a bit loose. I had some loose going up that hill too. The one I stood up on. Tried to slide out on me twice, just briefly. I wonder if the BioPace helps with that. Helps keep you from spinning. You think it would. Whoa. Hello. It is a Thursday today, so that kind of shows you how popular this place is. It's not very popular in the off season except for about the first week of January. I would avoid it that week, to be honest. Everybody thinking they're going to come out here and be active all year. You can go around Christmas, you're fine, but first week of January. I'm going to slow down here too. I'm going to be in some loose shit here. That's a pretty good condition road though. Noisy coaster brake again. Coaster brakes are magic to me. I'm not ever going to service it or anything, so I'm likely to replace the whole wheel though. I don't know what I would do if I get another coaster brake. Probably. Hello. Hello. I think we're walking up this one. The trail of the parking lot's a trail, not a road. So I don't know if I can ride past the gate. Hello.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so intense.
Yeah, probably try and get for the gate, but I'll have to go out and get off and walk around it or something. I don't know about the road to the parking lot. I think I want to. Remember having kind of a washout in the middle and then fatty roots right at the end I used to jump over. Hopefully they've been working on this. Maybe they made it ADA compliant for the parking lot. Be smart if they did, otherwise they're hiding behind the fact that it's an old facility. It was for the Lala School District to raise money by timber sale for the schoolhouse and stuff. Oof, that was a front wheel basher, fuck. I put it front wheel at 85. I think it's actually a touch more than the back set. So it should be able to deflect those rocks, but not get it flat, but you never know. That's higher than I should have done, because I should have done 70 for today. I'm kind of happy with the back though. Alright, here's the parking lot descent. They turn right to the lot. It looks pretty manicured, to be honest. It does look familiar though. There's some roots. Nothing too crazy. This is a little crazy. Hello. You guys are scooting on those things.
She doesn't speak too much.
Oh, I don't know. I tried to pass her on a hill and she blew me away. Yeah. See you later. She's all laughing and happy. Oh boy, direct sunlight. Yeah, those e-bikes are something else, man. You got a banana seat. Old lady on a banana seat. Here I'm making like a charge at it. I'm heavy though, as the steam comes out of them. No, I didn't really have enough momentum at the bottom of that. I don't know where to put my hands. It's funny. That was fun though. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get back before rush hour, but I hate being out late too. Well, I mean, rush hour will be up Rosedale. There's no school. Always sucks turning left on Rain Ash from Rosedale. I fucking hate that. I need to be in that fucking lane for that. Now even from here you can't take Banner all the way because it drops like 200 feet and then goes almost vertical back up to the cliff above that Olala View store or whatever the fuck they call it now. It's called Owls forever. So I'm gonna go back down Olala Valley, hook back up at the bottom. And they used to call it the Banner Jump. You go flying down this hill and there's a whoop like where it intersects Orchard or something, and then down some more, and you used to be able to catch air on that. But they regraded Orchard somehow and fixed it. But it's still a bitch of a climb after that, just an absolute bitch. For no reason too, because you can go this way and you don't have to deal with it at all. It's very important to know what roads you're going to take in Port Orchard. You just end up with hundreds and hundreds of feet of climbing for no reason. You want to make sure that you're doing the climbing you have to do. Oh, that's the trick in Port Orchard. Suburban was running. It's always scary when you're like 3 feet from a car and realize it's running, you know. They could do it. They could have it in gear and you might not know it, you know. I had thought that lady was on an e-bike the whole time because it had a tail light on it, you know, and you wouldn't really normally take time to turn that on unless it was automatic. At first I thought it was a kid's e-bike or something. When I got up next to her, I realized, God damn, it's an old lady on a banana seat and she's smoking me. How embarrassing. Yeah, e-bikes, you just can't fight them, man. They can haul ass. I've still been thinking about commuting to school on one, but it just doesn't pencil out. The amount of time, it's too much. I Probably the best thing to do would be to skip school twice a week. For like, that way I have a 20% or 40% reduction in driving miles and everything. Or I could ride once a week and skip once a week. Get the same benefit. Oh man, this is, I don't know if I've done this before. I've ridden to the forest and ridden around, but I lived up on Sedgwick. And so the ride sucked both ways. It wasn't ever like fun one directional. I mean, I still have to deal with Crescent Valley, I guess, so that won't be fun. Ooh, what the fuck was that? Fuck me, I should be in the road, I guess. I'd love to get a white F-150 electric F-150 Lightning and just be fucking anonymous. I really value anonymity as I get older. For a lot of guys, it's more conformity than anonymity. You know, they want to have a truck because their dad had a truck and their friends have trucks or whatever. But I want to leverage that as a tool to be anonymous and just completely not exist on the road. You know, it's just another white truck. You're good, dude. I wouldn't have stopped if I was going. But anyway, used to be this joke at Boeing in Everett where you get there for your first day at like 4:30 in the morning and you say, okay, I parked next to the white truck. And you walk out at 2:30 in the afternoon or whatever, and there's like 600 white trucks. And it was still true when I worked there, but there's a lot more color to the assortment now. But you had to like count rows or no, you know, no, walk out the turnstile and go so far. And then when you figured out how to get to a place, you needed to just park there every day so you could just do the same thing on autopilot in a hurry, you know. And so I ended up parking next to this guy that had a Scout. International Scout. Talked a few times. I was getting there before him generally, I think, because I left at 4:50 and got there at about 5. 85 miles an hour on cruise control the whole way. It was 70 miles, I think. 70 something. I don't know. I don't remember. That could be round trip. I have no idea. No, it's got to be 70. 72, 74 miles. Yeah, that's what it is. So 85, you make it there an hour and 10 minutes or something at that speed. But on the way home, this is what sucked, because I had a 70-mile commute in Ellensburg, and it was just an hour both ways. But on the way home, it would take you, let's see. The fastest I ever did the drive home was an hour and 36 minutes, and it was one of the first days. I never got close to that again. It was normally 2 hours. Normally I got home about 3:55. And there's no way to do it faster. At that time, I was very strategical, less aggressive, but you know, The thing about being aggressive when you drive 70 miles through a corridor is each asshole you meet doesn't matter, because you're gonna have another one in 5 minutes. So you didn't really, the road rage wasn't as much at that time. Another e-bike, I think. I thought he was flying up that hill too. But yeah. So most of the time I was the first at the time clock. People would think that my drive was crazy and they would like, oh, by all means go before us, kind of a thing. And there was this other building right next to where I parked. I was walking so fast I would get to the crosswalk at the same time as their first wave. That building was entirely Asian. When Boeing says equal opportunity employer, they mean we're going to hire an entire building full of Vietnamese and then we're going to treat them like slaves. That's what they mean when they say that. So these Vietnamese ladies would come out and they'd see me just hauling ass, and we had this fitness challenge called Boeing on the Move. And I'd be like, Boeing on the move, come on, let's move, you know. They'd all be power walking, and it was just hilarious. And so I was in the car, and then around, there's a traffic light there. This is the biggest building in the world, mind you, okay? So this takes you a while to drive around it. But I was in that traffic light in the car when the Como traffic report came on at 2:04. So that's how fast. I wasn't fucking around. Swipe the time clock, exactly 2 o'clock, and I'm sitting there with the traffic light at the back of the property at 2:04. And then by 2:12, I was driving by the mural you see on TV when they talk about Boeing Everett. And they have an overpass called Seaway or something. I was going underneath that like 2:12 every day. That's absolute world record pace. You can't do any faster. So, and then Seattle, a lot of times downtown Seattle into the convention center at 3 o'clock and home at 3:55, and it was just totally fucked. Just totally fucked. I was basically sent there as a punishment too. So, I didn't complain once. The manager that sent me there was like, I disagreed with him too much in meetings. He was trying to like run our apprenticeship, but it wasn't really his job, and he just sort of took it over. And so one day he just kicked out a transfer to send me to Everett. I didn't complain once. And by the time he got around to asking to meet with me to talk about how my apprenticeship's going, it had been 3 months. And he goes, how's it going up there? And I was like, it's all right. And he goes, how's the drive? And I was like, it's been an hour and 10 minutes in the morning, about 2 hours in the afternoon. And he sort of stares off into space as he processes that. And he doesn't really offer me too much compassion. He goes, that's tough. But he realized that he had did that to me, and I didn't complain once, even though he just goes, oh, that's kind of tough. You know, it got in there. I had a memo like the next week to go back to Auburn. I did some work in Everett later, but I was based in Seattle at the time, and then we changed all of our hours around. It was a new apprenticeship, so we had to do some tweaking of the program. And when that change happened, they asked each apprentice what they want to do with any surpluses that developed. Like if we had like 2,000 hours for assembly, and we changed it to 1,600, You know, and so if you had 1800 already, you had a 200-hour surplus, and you could choose what to do with it. You could put it in a different code. And this seems like a scam to me, but it's what they let you do. And so I asked, I was like, I had several surpluses because I was like task oriented, like get rid of this, do this, you know. And I was like, so I can put these where I want them? And the answer was yes. And so I put them where I wouldn't have to go to Everett to rent. Things that were only rented in Everett specific. And since those codes were generally small, it just ticked them off. I was like, tink, 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 done with you. And all I needed was Auburn to finish my program. And I could actually do most of it on second shift. And so I was like, the code change happened. I finished the school, passed the test. I went to second shift 6 months before I graduated. So tired of day shift. And I got to work with some really great people on second. It was just so kick-ass. And then as soon as, before I even graduated, I was back in engineering school. Well, that's when I started engineering really in earnest. I got interrupted. I was doing Calc 2 and some of the early engineering classes when I got an apprenticeship, so, or Calc 3, I think. Because yeah, the first thing when I started engineering was just Calc 4. That was like 2 weeks after I passed the exam for the apprenticeship. I was back in Calc 4, and then from that we started doing 2 classes every quarter. 1 engineering, 1 physics, kind of a thing. Failed physics, had to do physics second year. Oh, still have 1 year of fucking school left, man. It's just so crazy. Think about how long ago these stories are and how I'm still in school. Oh, I forgot to tell those people that I was an apprentice. I met with these people up in the mountains. It's so funny. I didn't have the camera on. I wish I would have though, just to get, because I didn't capture like a last video. I just never did it. So the last thing on that trip was, I'll see you guys in a little bit, and I never signed back on. My mind's going through alternate ways up the hill. I don't think I want to do any of them. I think I'll just keep going. I used to avoid going back down here though. Anyways, the gal was a recruiter. Tried to find her on LinkedIn last night. I couldn't figure it out. I don't know if I forgot her name or what. But she did really motivate me for school. I was babbling with how I think I'm going to drop out. And she was pretty encouraging. But I forgot to tell him I'm a graduate apprentice. That counts for something. You know, maybe these seats need to be nose down a tad. I always have my seats a little bit nose up. Could be why I'm avoiding the drops. So I find that hip rotation uncomfortable. I don't know, it's not uncomfortable though, it's tough to say, it really is. I noticed a big difference though. So I think these seat posts have decent adjusters. So. Might be worth trying. I think I'll leave my old one where it is. The bike has fenders because it's got adjustable bars anyway, they're much higher than everything else. That's probably why I did that. It's because the bars are so high on that bike. And it makes a lot of sense. Now you apply that to these bikes, they have these low drops, and the seats probably nosed up too high. Feels like it's part of my body when I'm here though. Almost a little too much, you know. That was nice. Fucking watch would work when I want it to work. 140. I think that's what it says. It could be 240. $140. How the hell? Maybe I will be home by 3. I want to be home by 3. We got a later start today, but I still have to be home by 3. I need somewhere to take another break. I don't know where it should be either. I don't really think I should take a break down here. It's too soon. Yeah, I'm adding a break. I want to have a break soon, and then also again at Simmel Park. You know, the red bike has a taller front end than this bike, so maybe this bike needs the nose down more than the other ones. Yeah, the padding on these gloves doesn't really help me when I hold on here. I don't know why. really surprised how the mountain bike gloves work so well. I'm jumping. I used to do a polar bear jump here in the winter. I don't know why they'd be opposed to that. Now, I'm not looking forward to this. I'm planning to walk every inch of it, so we'll see. Turn on this light. Check the light in a sec. See what I mean by limited sight distance though for drivers? Super sketchy. That's probably why I used to avoid it. Lights on, fresh batteries. Swing the bike out into the road. That's the best thing, I think. Bring it into you when you hear a car after they've seen you. You can hear that. You can hear where they see you. This increases the sight distance a little bit. Now this hill though is totally blind. Lucky me and the bike are tall. Oh, it's flat here. Oh, so that stupid hill though. Let's get clear of that. I want to get killed. Yeah, I don't know. Might make sense to keep walking then. Another climb here. I'm happy. I'll have to find a shady spot and grab a Cliff Bar. Or most of the way up this hill, maybe, huh? Anyways, this recruiter gal, I was running my mouth like an idiot saying that most startup founders don't have degrees. And she's like, yeah, they do. And she's probably right if you think about it statistically. You know, what I'm thinking of is those notable examples where they didn't have degrees and how our society likes to highlight those types. I don't know what we're doing. It's pretty incredible. But anyway, it's funny that she's sort of facts and data on that side of it. I basically told her she's wrong, but clearly I'm wrong. It was funny. She got a kick out of it though. She wasn't like offended. Kind of like this fucking guy, you know. But I think she did miss my point. I was trying to say, you know, there's a narrative here. Garbage day. How you doing? She missed my point that there's a narrative for a certain self-marketing spin for a graduate apprentice that drops out of college and wins the NASA grant. Well, he's an undergrad, whatever. Wins the grant, then drops out. There's a certain romantic narrative that makes me seem more rarefied than I am if you spin it right. That's what I was trying to say. We got hung up on the who's right, but we went past it, and she did kind of convince me that the narrative certainly can't be hurt by graduating. And so I was doing some self-talk that would justify dropping out, and she's right. You know, winning a grant while I'm an undergrad doesn't get hurt by the fact I finished school. But I get hurt by the fact I'm finishing school, so I told her I really just want to get a job, you know, because doing IVF and now we're pregnant. And it's funny because at the time, I say funny, my wife and my mom were hiding the fact that my wife miscarried while I was in the woods. And so I'm telling them we're pregnant, I need to get a job and everything. And in fact, we were not pregnant at that time. So it's kind of sad, but they thought it was best to just keep it for me. And I'm not upset about it, but I think that when you're out in the woods by yourself, it's a pretty good time to process stuff like that. So it wouldn't have been bad to tell me, I don't think. So she does recruiting in software engineering. Nothing to do with me, but she definitely had a lot of wisdom and good advice, since she's obviously worked on the professional side a lot longer than I have. And sometimes it's nice to have people that are completely outside your industry to ask questions of, you know. I mean, that's one of the ways I won the NASA thing anyway, is that I was coming from outside of that community with my own idea. That's why it seems so fresh when they reviewed it. Aren't you a pretty lady, huh? You think if you don't move, I can't see you? Oh, you got your baby back there, huh? I saw you cross the road, you dingus, and you're not a statue. God, we had this deer the other day that would not leave. Eating our apple tree, and then it went over to eat the food we had outside for the chicks. And the wife is just refuses to sick the dog on them. Oh, they're so cute. It's like, listen, you're running a business here. You can't have deer eating your chicken food. So I had to go out and shoot her with a fucking pellet gun, what do you call it? Pepper pellets. Paintball gun thing. She wasn't even scared of that. It really pissed me off. I reloaded it with the rubber coated steel balls. That's the other thing with the pepper gun. I haven't been impressed with dealing with wildlife at 50 feet with it. You know, we had a bear. The bear was leaving for sure when I started shooting it. But I don't think it got any sort of capsaicin effect. And so the pepper gun really wasn't working like I thought it would. Wildlife. I think women are probably better off with some sort of dog spray sized mace. If they made a smaller bear spray, I would use that for like female self-defense. But I should coast around this hill, around this corner. We have one more climb left though. Thank you. Thanks. Make sure they turn on the road and turn around and yell at me. The bear spray, I love how pressurized it is. It's just so serious. Massive cloud, 2% capsaicin. It'd be much more effective than a pepper gun, I think, against guys coming up to you trying to do something. I do think with a perfect situation, the pepper gun is the just absolute fucking worst thing, because it can be stronger. It's pure capsaicin, and it makes the solution inside your mucous membranes. So you can have 30% or 40% capsaicin in your nose, you know. But I just think with the accuracy, how it suffers, and the limited number of shots, if you have the dog spray, wait till they're 10 feet from you, you know, like, what's the road? 20 feet across. Oh man, that's kind of close. Oh yeah, well, I guess if somebody starts crossing the road at you, you hit them when they're at the center line. It's a little less than 10 feet. I don't know, that would work. I think full-on bear spray would be the best thing for that, to be honest. Your whole head would be in that fucking cloud, 10 feet. It'd be so much more practical than the pepper gun. Yes, I wish they made smaller bear spray. That's probably why they don't, though. They don't want people using it against other people. It's a stand your ground state, though. You think, I don't know if we've got tort law on this, but case law, I mean, if someone's trying to kill you and you use some illegal pepper spray on them, you should be fine. You're allowed to shoot them in the face with a gun at that point, because you don't have to run to avoid defending yourself. And this isn't like the Florida stand your ground. This is an old school. Washington's had this for a while. I'm curious how it's written, though. I haven't read it. But yeah, the deer didn't seem to care about the pepper balls. Try the pepper gun with the rubber coated steel balls next time I see her. But if she's not afraid of people, man, she's gonna have a hard life. It's not good when people are too nice to them, I think. Boy, this is a nice place for a break. Let's go over here and do that. Carry the bike's fucking junk in the wheels. Oh. I always want to prop the bike against something, but I'm going to try and just grab my snack. The GoPro should go this whole trip today, but it is only a 64 gig card, so if it stops, it stops. You won't see me again after I don't have my card. Chocolate brownie it is. Oh, I should grab another one. Oh, fuck. Oh man, I'm really hot. Damn camelback's getting sweat on my neck. All over it. Oh boy, it is hot now. Shit. This might not be in the climb, but I'm pretty sure we're close. I'm not sure if it's legal to use the actual pellet gun on a deer. I know they outlawed hunting deer with 177s. It's considered cruel and unusual. 22s are borderline, they may be illegal as well. My 22 pellet gun might be illegal to use to kill a problem deer. I don't want to kill them anyway, so I think you have to report it. I know you have to report bears that you kill. Honestly, I need to get a permit for that ahead of time, but bears are different. So rubber-coated steel balls, it's probably going to be. And the dog on her heels. The amount of sweating I'm doing right now is kind of concerning, to be honest. Like, I'm sweating so much. Makes me worry I'm going to be bonking before I get home. And we had a heat wave next week. It's not even really that hot today. Oh. Whew. This Cliff Bar sure hit the spot though, man. Yeah, anyways, I'm a fan of the bear spray. I think it's just so cool. It helps keep bears from getting shot, you know, if everybody has it. It really deter the behavior that gets them killed by the Forest Service. It's way overkill for goats and shit that you're probably more likely to have a problem with. Yeah, I was gonna do my Mount St. Helens ride in September. That's goat season. I don't feel like doing it in August because I'd rather do the other stuff in August. So, probably no Mount St. Helens ride again. wanted to do that shit for a long time, but at the same time, you know, it's, I don't know, kind of a shitty area because it's one of the attractions is there's no trees. It's weird, but I don't like areas without trees. So I want to do the Ape Canyon, I think it's called, Plains of Abraham ride. I want to do it up late in the day and then come down at night. You know, the other thing is people are using headlights on that. I noticed when I was out last week, whatever, the headlight really takes away, you can't see how big the rocks are as well, because you can't see the shadow from the rock. And so if you have the light on your bike, you don't use the headlight at all, or you have it on there very dim from when you look to your side, or you have it aimed in the distance farther or something. It's probably safer to rely on the light on the bike to see those obstacles. You can see them better because you get that contrast on the top edge of all the obstacles because they cast a shadow. You can tell if the root has a big drop past it or whatever. You know, you can't see it with the headlight, you just see there's a root, and your brain can't even really pick it out because there's not a lot of contrast. So I don't know. I guess it's not a reason not to go. But got a USB rechargeable road bike light that kicks ass. And that would be great. You could probably even like mount a battery to the front of the handlebars or something. So if it died, you could run it from the external battery. I should make sure it works like that. Make sure you can run it from the external power, or if it has to take a while to charge first. I could die over and over that way. It doesn't have a through circuit. I think this should be just about the 160th here. Should be the top of the deal. That's a cool egg shelter, pole barn style. Huh, that's cool. I'm jealous. Not the 160th yet, man. Fuck. Well, at least it's gradual now. It's had lots of gradual areas. Probably wouldn't be a bad climb on a road bike with a shitload of gears. You just go in your granny gear for the steep parts and then go back into whatever a minute later. That guy's gonna weed eat the whole field. Get the fuck out of here. What a loser. Jesus Christ, he's never gonna get done. Oh man, that guy's crazy. I feel miserable just thinking about doing that. Oh, it's steep here.